Alrighty, a big win for the Buckeyes over Michigan today. That team up north, boo for them. Go Bucks. Big win today. And now we're going to take on VANTAGE. The, I don't think it has like a title other than VANTAGE. I was going to say a story mode or something like that, but I don't think it's got like I don't know. VANTAGE. We're going to make it a story mode because we're going to be playing through it and going through the story. And we're going to create a random character. And we're going to have a pretty good time creating this. And you can play this game pretty quick and have a good time. So obviously, spoiler alerts, if you haven't played this game or don't want to know any of the different outcomes, although, it's like there's a million different things we're going to be doing. We're going to get a random setup. There's all these different possibilities of different locations we're going to go to. There's the chance of you getting the same setup that I'm going to get is pretty rare. But just keep that in mind. All right, here we go. So, after receiving a mysterious signal from the Traveler, your ship arrives in orbit of an uncharted planet. Create the total challenge dice pool using 8 dice plus 2 per player. Well, they're playing 1 player, so that's 8 plus 2 is 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 challenge dice. Yay. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize and its matching character card. So, what I like to do is randomize this. You have these nice dice. Each one is a different color, which represents a different character. Let's get it and find out what we're doing. We're going to do Orange Day, which is 1437. 1437. And there is, again, if you're not just joining us, there is a boatload of cards, so it's going to take me a little while. These are all different location cards. These are your different outcome cards. So you're going to have to be patient as I try to find 1437. 1437 is the Scholar. We are the Scholar today. And, of course, we get a orange token to go along with the Scholar. And then place the card in the middle of your grid and gain its when placed benefit. In the middle of your grid. I'm not sure, but anyways. Oh, I know, that's right. In the middle of your grid, so you're starting a character pile over here, which we'll get to in a second. But I'm going to keep this out just in case. So let's look at our character here, because let's see what he does. When placed, we're going to put 2 cubes on this bad boy. Right? It's all about the cube placement in this game, right? Almost forgot all about the cube placements. Alright, 2 cubes. We get to when placed, we placed 2 cubes on his character card. Alright. And then we can spend these to reroll one of your challenge dice. And we gain one of these tokens if the result is unchanged or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then there's an upgraded character, but not on the backside. Right, okay. So what else do we do? Each player sets their tracker to the amount that you want to play at. You can start at 3, you can start at 4, you can start at 5, you can start at 6. We're going to start at 5, which is practical, because we're a practical player. If you want to be daring, you would start at 4. If you want to be brazen, you would start at 3. But we're going to start at 5. Idea: the first player gains 2 skills at random and places the matching mission, see sidebar, in the center. You may reroll pairs to get an easier mission. What that means is we're going to be rolling 2 dice this time. If you end up getting the same result, it's going to be a much tougher start. If you want a tougher start, then I would recommend you just roll 1 dice and use double whatever it is. If you want an easier start, you should roll 2 dice and make sure you don't roll any pairs. So we will re-roll pairs because we don't want a tough start. We want an easy start because I'm a wimp. Let's be honest. Okay. And we're going to gain 2 skills at random from this. It's going to be red, blue. So we got a red skill and a blue skill. Red, blue. So we look on our list for red, blue right here. And that is card number 1580. 1580. Dun, dun, dun. Our mission goal is to collect flora samples. We must have a total of 1 flora plus 1 per player in grids or reserves. So that would be grids or reserves around your character. As you get things, you're going to put them in around your character so you can have 8 other items. And we're going to try and collect some fauna, some flora, whatever you want to call it. And then we want to have 2 different flora. And then we basically win the match as we can read entry into the Book of Secrets. So our mission goal is to get some flora, flea. So that is that. All right. Then everyone goes to location 001, which can be found in the back of the Book of Secrets. So that is our start to the game. Then we're going to go to the back of the Book of Secrets. Your ship malfunctions. You have mere seconds to escape. We run to the escape pod, we jettison it, and once again, we're going to get another random determination of where we're going to end up and a different skill. We got yellow this time. So we have a blue, a orange, a red, and a yellow. And yellow is this one, which is 006. I know it's a little bright. I should turn the brightness just down a little bit, just a hair. It's a little bit too bright. There we go. Let's see if that's a little better for you guys to see. All right, so 006 is where our location. So we're actually going to go to the big boys here. All right, your escape pod seals tight, ejecting towards the planet in a completely different direction from the others. Gain 2 random skills and crash onto the matching location. You may reroll pairs to get an easier location. Keep this card in the holder to obscure the back of your new location and further locations you visit. So this is where we're coming down, which is interesting enough. If you look at the front cover of the game, you might see some similarities to where we're headed is on this card, right? All right, so once again, we're going to roll dice to see where we're going to end up going. And then if you were playing a multiplayer game, oops, let's close that. If you were playing a multiplayer game, you would use these little things to pop in this so that what other people could not see your location, because you're not allowed to know information from other characters. And I mean, they can describe where they're at to you. I can say, well, I am basically, remember the front cover box? That's where I'm at. But I could describe it and say, off in the distance, I see a volcano, and behind that are some huge mountains. And you do look at the detail in the arts. The detail in the art in this game is super important. But for us, we don't need to worry about that because we're not playing multiplayer. Who needs people? Who needs to play with people? Give me a break. All right, here we go. One more time, we're going to roll for some more. Okay, we got a purple and a blue. and a blue. Purple and a blue. So I'm looking for purple blue is going to be 203. 203 is the location we're going to go to. 203. And let me tell you, there is again, I don't want to overstate this, but there is just a boatload of different locations. So I'm going to find 203. And that's going to be on the back side of this one. And that's just, again, that's just one group. There's 3 of these groups. They're 2-sided. Okay. So let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Oh boy, look at where we're at. This is crazy. We got some kind of huge. So like maybe this is on every one of the. Let me see if that's on every one. No, that's on. Like just to give you an example, right? And I'm not trying to do anything, but you can see, like, if I would have rolled a blue, which was 002, you can see 002 is a completely different location from where we ended up going, and you're going to get a completely different group of random spots from this, right? So you can see how, like, one 6-sided dice, and then you get a different card, which is going to lead you to different places. And that's why I said I wouldn't be too worried that you're going to do the same thing that I'm going to be doing, because the chances of that are extremely, extremely, extremely rare. All right, so let's see if we can look at this here. You can see there's like 2 moons off in the distance. We have these spiraling staircases. We also have a like deserty kind of wasteland. There is some kind of a sentinel there. The wind whips by as you stand on top of the world. The tundra stretching far to the distance. A metallic sentinel hovers nearby. So we can do any one of these. We can do evade, observe, persuade, praise, extract, fight. Or we can use our mission goals and try to pivot, research, plead, or hone our abilities. So we can do any one of those. We can also try to travel if we don't like this location. We can go, if we decide to go east, go off this way to the east. You can see there's a star there, so I'm going to have to roll some dice and get some random numbers or something. I got to remember how to do that, actually. If we go to the north, from this way, north, it's also a star. If we go to the west, this way, it is number 204. And if we go south, it is 724. So depending on where we want to go, what we're going to try to do, and like what our goals are. So I'm just going to put this kind of up there out of the way, and normally you're supposed to keep all your cards off grid, but because we're playing friendly, we're just going to keep things on grid today. All right, so what do we want to do? Another thing that I will show you guys is, I'm going to show you this because I think it's super cool. I think this is like the coolest thing ever. There is a storybook lookup, so you're actually going to be putting this information into an app, that a website that you can go to. It's called vantage.rulepop.com. And so like if I wanted to do like number, I don't know. Oh, I need my keyboard here, don't I? Damn. Let's go 454 and a purple, right? I would do that and I would click this and it would basically take us to that page. So based upon what I do, I can just type it in and I don't need to look up all of the storybooks because there is a boatload of them. So I will probably be using mostly the app for ease of play, but there is a ton of obviously the different books. So we are Emil the Scholar is our character, and we're good with orange. We do have 2 blues, actually, which is kind of good. We could try to evade this sentinel. We can also try to pivot. We could try to research some fauna. We can try to plead or hone our abilities. Again, we don't have any green. We do have an orange. We have 1 purple token. And these are things because the book will say roll a certain number of dice, and based upon how many successes or failures you get, you may take some damage. So I need to get some fauna, and it looks like we're in the worst area for fauna. Flora. We're in the worst area for flora because like this is mostly a wasteland desert over here. Huge mountains over here. I would like to go to this area that's got all the volcano and all the grassy stuff. There's probably fauna in there. I am looking for this location on my mini map and I'm not seeing it. I think we might be over here by this here. Like if we're over here and we're looking that way, you can see like there is something that looks like these tall buildings there, or those tall rock structure there. And then behind it's the big deserty grass, or big desert. And then way off in the distance is some tall peaks. Like there. So I'm thinking we're probably somewhere over here. All right. Do you want to try to evade this guy? We do have 2 blue tokens that would help with checks and stuff. So don't forget, if we use orange, we might be able to put a die up on top of our character here instead of in the challenge dice penalty box. We definitely don't want to fight extract. What would we be extracting? Like extracting would be good. But I think first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and hone. We're going to try and research. So this is 1580. So we're going to go to 1580 purple. Research. 1580. So you use the card number. We're doing the purple option on it. And so again with the app, we would just put in purple 1580. Boom. So now I need research 2. So in this game, unlike a lot of other adventure games, Arkham Horror, Eldritch Sign, or all those kind of adventuring games, you always succeed. But you might cost you some time, it might cost you some life points, it might cost you some morale. And if ever any of these get to 0, we have to read a mission thing, and we can lose. So we're going to be rolling 2 dice here, as this says to roll 2 dice. Research. You can complete the mission. This action can be performed at most once per game. So again, you can't just spam this and go, oh, I want to do that again, I want to do it again, I want to do it again. So we're going to roll 2 dice. Hopefully it doesn't cost us badly. So our character will allow us to put any star results. Again, instead of over here, we can put it over here. And if we take a heart, we will put that over there and take a heart penalty. So basically some life. So it took us a lot of energy, life, or whatever you want to call it, to perform this thing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a life damage, and then we can reveal this. I'm not going to do this every time. I'm just going to show you how this works. The first time, you're collecting flowers for the royal greenhouse on your world. A variety of flora are scattered across the world, ready to be plucked. To help find locations where you can find flora, gain the map of flora 1263. 1263. So we have gained the map of flora. Oops, you guys can't see this. Boom, there we go. We have gained the map of flora. All right, 1 place, gain a cube per adjacent card. And then if we ever fill it up, or we can spend 2 cubes to view page 20 of the Book of Advantages, which is basically a bigger version of this. So, and then we have a blue and a navigate. And where in the hell are we in this map? Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, these are the different sectors, basically the different sectors that all those cards are from. We need to find a sector that would have some flora, like down to the south. Like south is really looks really good compared to the north. Especially southeast would be great. So we've gained a book of flora, and we get a cube on there. 1 place, gain a cube per adjacent card. I have 1 card adjacent to it. If I was to put it down here, then I don't have any. All right, so we've done the purple research. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right. So what are we going to do now? We can use the other options. We can pivot, plead, or hone. But I don't think that... Plead. You know what? We're going to try one more before we try to leave this location. We're going to go orange and 1580. And we need to roll 2 dice again. Plead for someone to support your mission. This action can be performed at most once per game. Okay, so a dash Just goes back there, and I would lose some time, but I can take any orange result. We're doing an orange test. So I can take any orange result and put it on my card there, which I'm going to do. Tap to reveal. A helpful sentinel offers to lead you to a temperate location featuring a flower. Choose one. Go to a jungle, go to a swamp, go to a forest, or stay in your current location and gain 1 boost. So we've waited for help, and one of these sentinels has given us the option that he can take us to where there's a flower. So we can go to a jungle, a swamp, or a forest. Now, if we got the map, right? I mean, obviously the forest there is loaded with them. The forest is loaded with them there. I don't know. I think like forest it's got to be forest, right? I would think we would want the forest. I mean, could go I mean, we can do anything there. Go to a jungle, go to a swamp, or go to a forest. Or we can stay in our current location and say, nope, I'm not following you. So this game is very open-ended. You make the story yourself. I think a jungle would be kind of cool because it would be... Yeah, we're gonna go to the forest. 685. 685. So we have now traveled to we've traveled to the forest. We can put this one away. That is done. We're not going to be doing that one anymore. 685. What am I doing? That's not 685. 685. Grabbed the wrong one. I apologize. I didn't mean for spoiler alert there. Spoiler alert. Alright, so we've got a new location here. Thick leafy vines covered in giant berries stretch skywards. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We don't want to consume. We want to cut. We would like to cut, I think. Again, in most situations, you're only allowed to do one action and then you have to leave. So if you don't choose the right action, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to try this one instead. Now, sometimes it will say when you read an event, like say we go to cut it, and it says you cut it down and you can stay here another turn. Then you can take another option, obviously, besides that one. But most of the time, it's going to say, you do this, blah, 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 and you're done. So now you have to move to a different location from there. So we have to figure out, like, which one of these options is going to give us the best chance of collecting a floral sample. Because that is our mission. Thick leafy vines covered in giant berries stretch skyward. So we do see a sentinel there. There's also looks like part of a ruins. We can push. We can focus. We can whisper. We can craft. We can consume. And we can cut. So, if I was to cut, I'm thinking we cut, right? We cut and try to consume is going to eat it, and we're going to get some kind of bonus, probably some health back or something. No. Crafting is to create a potion. We're going to get an item. I don't care about that. Whisper, who knows what that means. Could be whispering to this Sentinel over there to come help us. Who knows? Could be anything. Focus, again, could be anything. And push. Like you could try to push one of the vines over. I think our best option is going to be to cut. So we're going to use 685 red. 685 red. Three, and it says cut off a vine. So we have to roll 3 dice. We can spend one of these, which we will, to lower the amount of dice we have to roll. We don't have a lot of things to mitigate damage at this point, so let's try it again. Come on. All right, come on, give us a good result. Good results. All right, well, that's not the worst result in the world, so this just goes back in the pool. This is going to cause us to lose some morale. But we were able to... You clearly sliced through the vine. Gained flora 1058. 1059, sorry, 1059. 1059. 1059. We've gained a flora. Florna. Floral red. All right. Pods, vines. It's a vine. If we have some kind of a red thing, we can put a cube there. And then if we have 3 cubes here, we can brew, we can gain an item, replace this card, unless we pay one of the cubes. So probably not going to be doing that because we now have a flaw. Let's go down here. So that way if I get another one that's like, oh, get +1 for every adjacent. Because this one doesn't care where it goes. So, we've gained 1 flora already. Look at us go. We've only been doing this for a few minutes, and we are already halfway to our completion here. Okay, so that's it. Notice it didn't say, oh, you can stay here and do some more stuff, do some more work. Nope, nothing. Zip. So we're on our own. So now we can either move to another location, or we can try one of these again. 384 if we go west. If we go east, it's 684. If we go south, it's 680. $680. I think we're gonna keep going south. $680. Boom. All right. 680. Whoa, what do we have here? 680. As you stumble into the clearing, a large animal freezes at your presence. Its leafy ears curl towards you. So it's like a animal, like a vegetation animal. We can follow it, we can yield, we can coax it, we can feed it, we can try to catch it, or we can hunt it. There is another one of those. We went south, so we came from the north. That might be that big sentinel that we saw in the last image. I mean, it might not be, but you have to make assumptions in this game. I think if we could try to get a flora of this guy, do we try to coax it or catch it? One of those two options. Coax it or catch it. I don't want to follow it. Catch. Do we want to try to catch it? Let's see if we can catch it. Let's try to catch it. Okay, that's 680 yellow. 680 yellow. Oh no, 4 dice. Catch the animal. We're going to spend a yellow to make it 3 dice. That goes back. Another heart and another time. Or first time. Okay, well, we're going to try and catch the animal. A nimble animal nearly evades you, but you snare its leg and it crashes to the ground. Gain animal 854. 854. 854. We've gained an animal, wild. It's a vine stag. If we use a green, we can put a cube there. And then we can, if we do, then we can take a cube and add it to here. And if we ever get 2 of these, this animal is now loyal to us and we can replace it with a different animal. So we would like to make this guy loyal to us. So choosing a green option would be good. But we've captured the enemy. We captured the animal. And, yeah, that's pretty cool. So. I'm going to stay in the jungle or in the forest if I can and see if we can. Because, again, there's a lot of, in the different jungle or in the different forest area, there's a lot of different flora. So we can't go back to where we came from. We just came from this 685, so we can't just keep going back and forth. We can go to 679 or 383, but we can't go, well, we can go south, but we have a special entry to go south. And I don't want to have to deal with expensive special entries, so we're going to go west, 679. 679, we're going to go west. Wait a minute. Before, hang on a second. Before we actually move, I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting something. I'm trying to remember if before you move, just trying to make sure. I think I'm forgetting. I think when you travel, you just roll a single die. Is that what I'm forgetting? When you depart from an adjacent location, it's a move action with the cost of 1. Proceed with all steps. And just do a move action, just like any other action. Right, so when we move to this, from this location to the next location, we roll a die. Oh boy. Took another heart damage. That's not good. Now we can go to 679. Oh, I'm sorry. The dashes, which we've already rolled, should have gone back over here. It's the this symbol that goes back over here into the pool. So I did that wrong. Good thing I checked that. Friendly reminders. You can always talk openly with other players and share the text of your card, but you may never show your location to anyone else. Nor may you look at any other location you're not currently at. When you depart to an adjacent listed location, it's a move action with the cost of 1. Proceed with all steps to complete a 1-cost move action. Just like any other action, this movement is your entire turn. When placing challenge dice, unless specified by a challenge dice slot, you can even place dashes or return results. If you roll 1 challenge dice to move to an adjacent location, and the result is blank, you could place it on the general move slot on a card. Oh, that's a blue dice right there. Move. Move, yes. So the move storybook is the same as these two. Okay. So I could have actually, instead of taking that heart, I could have taken whatever I rolled. I would have been a heart. No, it's gotta be a return instead of going back there. Okay, yeah. Nope, I gotta take the heart. Okay. Damn. Okay. Hopefully that's everything that I'm forgetting about. All right. So we move to this location. A large clear orb rests against a tree trunk between you and a fungus-like animal. Trap, access, aid, interact, inspect, enter. A large clear orb rests against a tree trunk between you and a fungus-like animal. Enter, inspect, interact, aid, access, trap. Interact. Let's interact. Let's try and interact. So this is 679 for the orange team. 4. So it's 4 dice. So because there's only 1, all these other dice go back. These dice go back here. 2, 3, 4. But I'm going to discard 1 to make it just 3 dice. Oh boy, that's just a terrible roll. Since we're doing an orange chest, I can put that up there, but I'm still going to lose 1 and 1 to perform this test. Choose one. Interact with the orb, interact with the animal. We can interact with the orb or interact with the animal. Interact with the orb or interact with the animal. That's a tough decision. I'm just wondering if we help the fungus or be nice to the fungus, maybe he'll give us a fungus plant, which would be our second flora, and we would complete our mission and we would be done. Could be done. Could be. Not saying you have to be done. Hey, Wiz Games. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I was on the wrong screen. I couldn't look at my chat. He says, great game. When you roll a minus, you put it in the penalty section, not back in the pool. I did catch that. Minuses are good for you. You only put the re-roll back in the challenge dice. By putting it back in the pool, you're making it longer before you can reset and take your... Yes. Making the game harder. I saw that. Yes, sir. And when you travel, you just roll a single die. All right, yeah. So we caught up. I'm sorry. I missed out now. I need to interact with the orb or interact with the animal, and I'm not sure. Our goal is to collect 2 flora. We already got 1 flora. If we get 1 more, it's the game over. We win. Mission. Boom, just like that. That would be awesome. So the orb... or the animal. I'm going to risk it and go with the animal. I'm wondering if he'll be like, hey, thanks for helping me. Here's some fungus for you to have. Something like that would be nice. Let's interact with the animal and see what happens. Let's see what happens if we interact with the animal. You approach the animal with caution, holding out your hands for it to smell. One of its mainly tendrils brushes against you. The animal seems satisfied with the results as it tenders close to you. Gain animal 843. Whoa, this is our second animal we've captured already. We are on a roll, people. 843. We've already captured 1 animal there, and now we have another. I don't know how he's going to move. We have another wild animal. It's a shroom. We're going to put this card up there. It's a shroom. We could use an orange up there. And to try to make this animal loyal, we got 2 animal companions. Too bad we don't have the goal to create have 2 animals in your menagerie. If we would have had that option, we could have almost already won the game. So, we now have a vine stag and a shroom. We've got some red floral. And we need to now move because... one thing I didn't mention is you can actually take options on your character, and we're going to actually take try to become a master scholar. So we need a purple. It says 1437 purple. 1437 purple is what we're going to try. So I'm going to hopefully become a master. Let's see what it says. 5. Master some survival skills. You may perform this action at most once per game. Okay, well, we're going to make it 4 dice. 4 dice. Come on, I want to see a lot of dashes. Dashes, 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 dashes. Oh my gosh. So, These two go back. Dash goes here. That's good. We're doing a purple action. This, I don't think can go there because I think it has to be a blue test for this to come out. So these two are going to go back there, and we're going to lose another heart. Which means we're down to one more heart. It was a purple test. Oh, wait. There's a purple test right there. Hang on. We can put this on purple. Whew, okay. We're not almost dead yet. We're not almost dead. All right, let's see what we got. You master some skills that help you learn to survive on this planet. Gain the experience card 1456. 1456. One look and one help. One these and one of these, I think is what that means. And we have become experienced. If full, at end of turn, you may lose this card to gain. Well, this says one look and one help. One look and one help. Is that these tokens? One look and one help? If I do a purple action, I can put it there. If I do a green action, put that there. And then I need to put 3 things there. So I need purple actions to kind of level up my character. Okay. So. I think we're going to travel. I think we're going to travel. We're going to go to 678, and normally I would roll a die, but I think I'm just going to spend a blue token and not roll anything. Is that dumb? I mean, it could cost us a thing. We do have some mitigation for blue. If we roll this symbol, instead of putting it back, we can put it there, which will put another cube on that. All right, you know what? I'm going to save the blue. Let's save the blue. Let's roll the dice. Maybe we can get lucky. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, oh my God, perfect one right there, baby. And we get a cube. And I can view page 20 in the book of Vantages until the end of the turn. I can spend a cube to look at the map of Flora until the end of the turn. So it might determine where we want to go, but like, again, this is the map. All we get is a little bit, you get a little bit, this, we're going to get this map this big. So is it going to help? I don't know. Let's take a look and we'll see. Spoiler alerts, page what, 20? Map of Flora. Where are we? Like we're in a jungle, so we're either in this section here, we're in this section here, or we're in this section down here. We're in one of these 3 sections because we're in the forest. A, K, or M. So we're in one of those 3 sections. So if we're in the forest here, that turns into like a jungle. This is more jungle here. Then this is a forest, just a couple little forests. And then it turns into a jungle. I guess there's a little bit of forest there. A lot of forest here, and a little bit of forest down here. So we could be anywhere, because nothing I see on this map shows us like... Like I'm looking for maybe like this this little animal head or something, maybe. I don't know. I give up. I have no idea, but if we can assume we're in here or here, if we go east, right, 680. We did 680. We came from 680. We did 680. We can't go back east because we went west. Or sorry, we can't go back west because we went east. We went east, we can't go back west. So we either keep going west. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go west again. Wait, we did something here, right? We did something here, right? We inspect. No, we interacted. I think we interacted. All right, so now we are going to go west again, 678. And this time I am going to spend a token so I don't have to roll any dice. 678 is on the back side of this one. Yep, okay. So we've done 679, we've done 680. As a short sentinel stomps through the grove, you feel a pleasant warmth spread across your arms. You're unsure of its source. So you have a stomping sentinel. You feel a pleasure warmth spread across your arms. We can enlist, we can console, we can ask, we can spy, we can hide, we can attack. Again, if we do purple things, we can try to level our character up. Spying on him. We can do orange things because we've got an orange die here. We do have a brown. This is a brown thing, which means this character has something to do with that. I don't recall what it means. What does it mean? What does it mean? Like it doesn't give that like detailed information. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think because this guy, yeah, see how this is a different symbol on this one. This one has got that symbol there, which I think means. I know it means something. I'm just trying to remember what it does. Oh, let me look it up. Well, let's see if we can find something in the on the geek rules summary. Let's see if it outlines a little bit more than what's in the book here. We'll go ahead and save this to desktop for now. It's only one page. Oh my god. I guess it just kind of outlines the composition. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different compositions. There's circuit, energy, fire, gold, leaf, metal, sand, sinew, stone, water, wind, and wood. So it's a wood. We know this guy's made of wood. I don't know if it gives me a bonus or anything, but okay, so what do we want to do with this sentinel? Short sentinel stomps through the grove. You feel a pleasant warmth spread across your arms. You're unsure of its source. So I think we should ask why, although purple or green would be better. We do have an orange there. And any kind of star would go there. I think we're going to go with orange. We're going to ask. We're going to ask this fellow, what's his problem? 678. Orange. Ask. 3 dice. We're going to roll all 3. All 3 dice. Ask the sentinel about the pleasant sensation you're feeling in the grove. Okay, this goes over here. This is a star, it can go there. This is an orange, which can go there, which will give us a cube on this bad boy. All right. Now, boom. A random question from a complete stranger puzzles the sentinel. But they shake off the confusion and point to the touch grass glowing nearby. You pluck a stalk that's already fading, leaving the still growing plant to flourish. Gain flora, 1060. We've done it. 1060, we've done it. We've grabbed our second flora. Flora. Why do I have such problems saying it? Flora. Good Lord, why do I have such problems saying it? Flora, orange flora. All right, boom. We've got 2. Gain a total of at least 1 flora plus 1 per player in grids or reserves. If you do, read 1580 in the Book of Secrets. We have got 2 plants and 2 animals and an experience and a map, which is completely different than the other characters I played. Hey, Doug, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. But we have completed our mission. So we're going to read 1580 in the Book of Secrets. The Book of Secrets. We might have completed this. That would be crazy. 1580, huh? 1580. Dun, dun, dun. Your collection of flora would make any galactic botanist green with envy. You may either gain Destiny 1607 and pursue an epic victory via it, or any other destiny placed in the center of each player at one random skill. Ignore actions and instructions on the mission for now, or end the game in a mission victory. So yes, there is two ways. There's two ways to win. One is a victory by either completing your mission or your destiny, and then there is a heroic victory where you complete both a mission and a destiny. So it says I could take destiny. What number destiny was that? 1607. I could take 1607. So my epic destiny would be to build a new ship. So we would have to get all the components and the money together to build a new ship, build a new fully functional spaceship from scratch, not via repair or upgrade. If you do, you can complete the destiny by reading 1607 of the Book of Secrets. So that's what we could do, but guess what? I don't feel like building a new ship. To be honest, I came to be a botanist. We've got 2 animal pets. We've got 2 flora. And I think that's good enough. I think we're going to call this a victory. And I'm going to have a great time playing this without spoiling it by trying to complete too much. And then I can come back and play this again and have another good time without it being spoiled by, trying to do the same adventure or completing the same destinies or anything. I don't know about this destiny. Next time we play, we might get a destiny to do this. So because of that, I think we'll just go ahead and call it a victory and say we've completed it. And we've been going about, a little bit over an hour. And that's about as long as, like an hour and a half is probably as long as I wanted to play anyways. So trying to make a ship out of nowhere, I don't think is a great idea. But anyways, that is another playthrough of Vantage. Really cool game. Get your hands on it if you can. If you like adventure games, you like completely random story games, and you want to have a good time with all your adventures. So I've had one character that crash landed on the planet, had become built a casino, and then became the mob boss of the planet. It didn't say that in the rules, but that's what kind of thematically I became the head of my own casino. I set up my own business, basically, was my mission. I built a casino, I became the head of the casino, and I was basically the mob boss on this planet as a casino owner. So completely different, completely 100% different than this guy. This guy ended up crash landing, finding some flora, finding some animal pets, and decided that he's just going to start his collection and have a good time and leave the planet. So the game is as big as you want it, or as long as you want it, or as short as you want it. And this for me is perfect time to call it a success and a victory. Thank you so much for watching. Doug and Wiltz Plays Games and Fred. Good to see everyone out there tonight. Hopefully you've had a great day, and we'll see you later tonight. I'll be over on Phoenix Night Channel tonight as we have the final 3 from the Ancient Ones to figure out who we're going to be going against. So go over to Phoenix Night Channel around 7 to 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be on his channel. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Have a good night. See you next time.